Welcome to the TRL Footy Show, brought to you by Power FM and Hutchison Builders, live and free from the Toowoomba Sports Club on Power TV Australia. And now, here's your host from the Obie and Cookie Call on Power FM, Andrew O'Brien, aka Obie.
Yeah, well, thanks very much, Robbo, and welcome to this week's Footy Show. We're back at our favourite sponsors, the Toowoomba Sports Club. It's fantastic down here. We're having a great time. It's the Hutchison Builders Power TV Footy Show for the TRL, and also sponsored by Power FM. Joining me is my best backer-upper in the world, because I've had a heap of guys that have gone home with the flu or are on holidays. Is Brian Gilroy. How are you, Brian?
Good, mate. Yeah, good to be here as usual. Anytime I can help out, you know that.
And my other backer-upper is the super coach himself from the Obie and Cookie Call, Gary Lyons. How are you, Gary?
Very good, Obie. Pleased to be here.
Yeah, that's good. You got a bit of a sniffle, haven't you?
Oh, mate, Hessian flu.
Oh, I thought you were just tearing up or something. And then, look, a special guest tonight, the victorious 47th Battalion Under-20 captain from South, Angus Hearn. How are you, Hearnie?
Yeah, good, Obie. Good to be here.
It's good to see you've done your hair up just as nice as me tonight. So well done. Let's get stuck right into it. It's Mustangs time. And the Mustangs, as we heard last week, had sent their most competitive side up to Cairns on the weekend and just got pipped by Northern Pride by 17 points to 16s there, Gary. Good showing there.
It was a good showing, and, you know, the travel and go to the Mackay Cutters, and they're a tough countryside up there, but they've got some great players up there, and we've got a great squad here, so great for them.
Well, I think they played the Northern Pride.
Oh, Northern Pride,
Northern Pride, sorry, mate.
Okay,
yeah.
sorry,
So, but look, they're very competitive, and we've got some great news. The Obie and Cookie Call, we're going to call the Mustangs North Devils match on Saturday at 2 p.m. there. It's Indigenous round for the Hastings Deerings, or the Hastings Deerings Colts competition in that Intrust Cup, and we're looking forward to it. Myself and Paul Reedy are going to call that game 2 o'clock at Gold Park. We're looking forward back to that one, Brian.
That'll be good for the Mustangs to get that exposure. Apparently they did really well up in Cairns. They came back a fair bit, got back and drew it up, and then obviously the field goal beat them. So.
There we go. And Hearnie, had much to do with the Mustangs?
Yeah, I've played a lot of footy with them boys. They're all really good group, and yeah, probably unlucky not to get the win up there, but I'm sure they'll be better next week.
It's got plenty of text, mate, between you and the Mustangs boys.
Yeah, mate, we're all good mates, so we give each other a bit. So.
Good on you, mate. And the Phillies, Division 1, they lost 48 points to 10 to Mount Gravatt. And the first win for the Division 2 girls. And congratulations to you guys, beating Mount Gravatt 52 points to 8. And Division 1 have a bye this week. And Division 2, they travel all the way to Herbstone Oval, which is a long way, only a couple of blocks from your place, Brian.
Not very far, yeah.
Not very far at Ormo. They play Saturday at 5 p.m. Now on to the 47th Battalion for the under-18s and the under-20s. What a wonderful tournament it was, Brian. You were out there.
Yeah, no, it was a good tournament, really well organised, and the Mergen people put on a good show for us. The boys played really well, the under-20s particularly, never looked like it headed into any of their games. Played some really nice football. It was a revelation to see some of those boys play rep football. Boys you're seeing, most of it first graders, you see like Joshy Fanning running around, he was just wonderful to watch him play, and I thought our forward pack was wonderful in that. Under-18s a little bit lucky in the middle game, the second game they let themselves down a bit. They got back into the game, but unfortunately, a very crucial refereeing decision right at the end meant they probably bowed out. But then they came back and played well in their last game. But of course, Angus and the boys, they took the championship. So that's another trophy in the cabinet this year.
And congratulations, Angus. First of all, mate, it must have been much an honour to actually captain the Clydesdales, mate.
Yeah, 100th year for the Clydesdales, and so that's really special just to be in the team and then get named captain again. That's just something else. So, yeah, great weekend.
Yeah, all these 100th milestones, like I was captain of this side in the 100th year. It is very important this year, Gary.
Look, it is very important, but it doesn't matter when you get picked to be a captain of the Clydesdales. It's a great honour, but 100 years, no one can ever take that away from you, and I think that's a great thing for these young men.
And certainly, the as you were saying, Brian, the under-18s, they had the playoff for third and fourth, and they beat Central Highlands by 32 points to 16.
and congratulations to the under-18s, and then the finals of the 47th Battalion, where we took home the goods. They won pretty well, 34 points to 10 over the Bundaberg boys.
Yeah, considering that we couldn't find a goal kicker. I think it was 7 tries and 3 goals up there. So not putting any fingers at anyone at the table here, but had a bit of trouble there. But no, they played well. They were the dominant side. And the good news about them, if you look at Angus and the blokes of his age, there's only about 6 of them who are 20 this year. Mm-hmm. So the majority of the team will be able to run around again next year. So shows what's coming through in our competition, but also bodes well for the same competition next year.
Yeah, it sure does, Brian. Angus, tell us a bit about the final. You just had them on wood most of the game.
Yeah, well, day 2 is always tough. Everyone's sore and tired, so warm up was good. We just got heap energy in that. Got out on the field. I think made a few mistakes early, but then scored first and then just really got on a roll from there. I think they scored 1 try before half time and then another one off an intercept. So yeah, we defended real well. Probably always felt in control.
And who do you think really stood up for the Clyde Stars, especially under 20s?
Mitchy Murphy was really good all carnival up front. He had a real good carnival. Obviously, Mitchy Watson, a fullback, played well. Got himself picked in the Queensland team, or regional Queensland team. Same as Nick Vanderpyle, Zach Miles. So yeah, they were all good. I don't know. I'd say our forward pack just did really well though. Yeah.
You remember the blokes who got picked was Zachy Miles?
Zach Miles, Mitchy Watson from Warwick, Nick Vanderpyle from Wattles, and one more. Leslie Harvickson.
Yeah, Harvickson
played the final too. So.
Yeah, how can you forget him, mate? He plays for you. He plays for the South.
Must
be very quiet out in the centres there.
On that, Andrew, I think some of the boys could be rightly disappointed. We dominated the carnival.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, only got 4 in.
And dominated the forwards as well. I thought it was our forwards that really laid the platform. And when in the wash comes out, we get 3 backs and 1 forward.
But Brian, that probably happens a lot even with the seniors.
It can happen.
You can dominate, you can win the whole competition, but yet you only get 3 or 4 in the
if they've got a better forward than Mitchy Murphy in that pack, they're going to do really well. And what's the kid from Brothers, Tommy? Yeah.
Tommy Taylor.
If they got better forwards in their team than those two, they're going to be hard to beat. But I don't think they have. But anyway, that's just me.
Do you think this has been the result of this success from they're playing A grade? A lot of these boys, they've been playing A grade for a year or two, and they're really mature. They go away in a 20s competition and they dominate because they're playing against men all the time, and I think that's been a big bonus because there's some great players in that under 20 side.
Yeah, mate, it's obviously a big positive playing A grade. It's just a lot more physical and you can't make as many mistakes. So obviously going back to 20s, it is a little bit easier. But yeah, it's still fast games, but obviously A grade helps.
I think there's only 2 that aren't what I would call regular first graders. And they have played first grade, and it shows all we're experiencing. Particularly when you play some of the countrysides that even if they're playing first grade, they're probably not at the same level as our own first grade competition. So it's a.
So Brian, where do they go now? Where do these guys play?
There's a game coming up. It's a curtain raiser, one of the Intrust Super Cups games in Ipswich in a couple of weeks' time. So they get to play for a regional country against a Brisbane-based side. I'm still having trouble getting my head around who they play and who are they called to be.
Okay, we'll let you know over the next coming weeks. So look, we're going to have Blast from the Past after the break. Angus and Gary are going to come back later on in the show. And as we go to the break, let's look at an interview with Wattles ambassador Erin Glass as she hosted the Ladies' Day, which is at Platts Oval on Sunday, which have been outstanding successes right through all the clubs. This is the Toowoomba Rugby League Footy Show. G'day, over here at Wattles here, and it's Ladies' Day. I love the Ladies' Day because they look after me and make me look the figure that I absolutely are, and we're here at Wattles and we've got Erin Glass. Congratulations on stepping up and being ambassador this year.
Thank you very much, very appreciated. It's an honour to be here again this year to represent my club and really raise some good funds, definitely.
And you've done the place, look over here Dave, they've done the place up really, really nice. And g'day, how are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Good, what's your name?
Heather Slatter.
Oh, that's right, and you're a life member of Wattles, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been a life member since 1980.
Yeah, so you love these Ladies' Day, don't you?
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's good. And who have we got over here?
Alana Frizzell.
Alana Frizzell?
Yeah, from Silvergum Graphic Design, the major sponsor for today.
Oh, a bit of a plug in there, mate.
A graphic design, I've heard of you before. And Aaron, and like how come you don't get good-looking blokes like me and Sherpa to serve behind here, right? These guys have got to scrub up a bit more.
They were just too happy to volunteer.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
And your process of stepping up, who asked you?
It was just a repeat from last year. So last year I was the ambassador. So I just, put my hand up again to do it again this year.
And what other fundraisers have you got in mind at the moment?
So hopefully, looking forward to our last home game against Valleys, which is in August. There's going to be a nice event on that day as well. So we'll just have to, it's a bit under wraps. So it'll be a sneak peek event. That's all that we can say.
Anyway, you look lovely. All
Thank
the
you
best
so
for the
much.
rest of the
Thanks, Andrew.
season.
Really
And thanks for having us.
appreciate it.
Okay?
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you. See ya.
See you later.
Coming up after the break, the Bottle Mart blast from the past. This is the TRL Footy Show, brought to you by Power FM and Hutchison Builders, live from the Toowoomba Sports Club on Power TV Australia.
Hutchies lives here. We're locals, just like you. To us, construction is really about people, not just bricks and concrete. It's people who bring our structures to life and build communities. We stick by the people who make communities. From Toowoomba Rugby League to RACQ Lifelight Rescue Service, Milne Bay Military Challenge, and the Toowoomba Tennis International, Hutchies is proud to back the people who support the region.
Is your computer driving you crazy? Is it slow or doing things you didn't expect? Well, having a computer crash or pick up a virus can be a complete nightmare for a business, so having someone local you can trust to get you up and running again is critical. The dedicated team of experts at Computer Troubleshooters Toowoomba West will put your mind at ease from the moment you walk through the door and will get your problem solved in no time with a 100% guarantee on their work. Laptops, tablets, PCs, whatever you have, Roger and the team can fix it for you. So visit them today at 236 Bridge Street, Newtown. Can't get in to see them? No worries. Just call them on 4642 1331 and they'll come to you. Toowoomba Troubleshooters Toowoomba West on the web at www.computertroubleshooters.com.au/Toowoomba West.
Crazy Kevin on the radio.
Jamming as much variety into your day as possible.
PowerFMRadio.com.au.
G'day, Kev Walters here, coach of the Mighty Maroons and brand ambassador for Toowoomba Kia. Did you know that every new Kia, including my Stinger, comes with a 7-year unlimited kilometre warranty? 7 straight years. Ha! That's equal to 21 Origin matches worth of warranty. But you don't just get the best warranty in the business, these guys are all about making winning deals for Queenslanders like you. So come down and see the team here at Toowoomba Kia, Toowoomba's new home of Australia's best 7-year warranty.
Queenslander!
Not bad.
Thanks for joining us for the TRL Footy Show, live from the Toowoomba Sports Club. Now it's back to Obi and the panel.
And welcome back to the Hutchison Builders Toowoomba Rugby League Footy Show, sponsored by Power FM on Power TV, and it was great those ladies' days at those clubs. They're going very, very well. Well, it's Borrell Mart blast from the past, and I thought we'd reminisce on what a wonderful weekend it was for brothers last weekend. And we've got Kylie Moore, who's the you're the promotions media public relations officer from Brothers, and Kerry Ann Beatros, you're the jack of all trades at Brothers, is that right?
Yeah, I'm the treasurer. I've got the treasurer
You're the treasurer, and it's great to have you ladies here. And what a wonderful night it was. First to you, Kylie.
It was fantastic. Everybody had a really wonderful night. It was really great seeing everybody catching up and reminiscing about the old days of footy, I guess. And you know, we had guys from you know, Rockhampton, Mount Isa, sort of New South Wales, Sunshine Coast, Gold Coast, the Tweed Coast, and everywhere in between. So it was really fantastic. So.
And it was great. It was great on the night. It was funny when you got there, Kerry. All of a sudden, it just went whammo, and it is game on.
It did. It was.
And it was a lot different than the TRL, because it was a real club atmosphere.
It was.
Right?
Yes.
Speeches were fairly short, which was great, and then everyone could just get to know each other. It was great.
They could. Yeah. It was a fair bit of organising, as you would know, but that's how we sort of wanted the night to go. Just quick interviews. Pretty much ran to plan. I don't think we had any hiccups, so no, it went well.
And Brian, it's great. Our centenary, certainly Valleys and Brothers, the foundation clubs, and you being the historian you are, it was a wonderful night, wasn't it?
It was a wonderful night, actually. I think a good sign for the night was that Paul Reedy had real trouble getting the boys to sit down and just so they could start the speeches.
Yeah.
They were just meeting each other, and that was a good sign. And as soon as it finished, it was on again, the meeting, and then all the teams from the 90s and whatever, getting their photos taken on stage. I just thought it was a really good atmosphere, a really good feel for the club, and another addition to a wonderful year we've been having with our centenaries, the TRL Valleys and of course our Brothers.
Well, there was some wonderful vision on Power TV, who looked at as well, and let's have a look at Rugby League royalty. No, not myself and Cookie. Jonathan Thurston, and we'll see the interview that Jonathan Thurston had on stage with Reeds. See if we can have a look at that one.
So if you'd welcome to the stage Wayne Bennett, the super coach, one of the most successful rugby league coaches in the NRL. Also Jonathan Thurston, a fantastic product of rugby league and a true gentleman. And our current NRL star, Ash Taylor, you come up as well, the Titans halfback. So, you all know these three men for their deeds on the field and as well as in the coaching box, and now for media as well, particularly with Jonathan Thurston retiring recently. Thanks guys for coming back. It's really important to... everyone celebrates 100 years and a lot of clubs let it just slip by not doing a lot, but it's great that the Brothers Club haven't done that and they've really acknowledged the past and present and the future players. I'll start with you, JT, since you're over there. Mate, you come to Toowoomba as a young fella to go to St Mary's. You had Paul Kenning as your coach. What do you remember about when you first come to Toowoomba, and what dragged you to the Brothers Club?
So my uncle Dean was a referee in the QRL, and I think the principal of St Mary's at the time was Rob White, and he was a referee in the QRL as well. So living in Brisbane, things weren't going too great for me, so I got an interview at St Mary's College when I was in towards the start of year 10, and they had a look at my report card and said, with a report card like that you can't come here, so how about you get your grades up to a satisfactory level and your behaviour, and we'll have another interview at the end of the year. And, I did that. I came back. I think Gary Green might have been my interview with me that day. So I think Green accepted me, but he said, if I find you a family to stay with, will you come and play at All Whites? So I said, yeah, this was a great opportunity for myself to come to a school, a rugby league school, but also to further my footy that wasn't really getting going anywhere in Brisbane. So I did that. I lived with the family from here, the Sevens.
Yep.
I went to school with their younger son, Andrew, and Eugene said I'd go to footy training in the afternoon. So I did that for a year and wanted a bit more freedom, and they wouldn't allow that. So I asked my coach at the time, Rob Walmsley, warm up, and Kate, if I can live with them for year 12. So I lived with them for year 12, and pretty much stayed with them until I moved to Sydney.
Yeah, well, as we can see with Jonathan Thurston, he was really like a kid in a lolly shop. He really loved being there, didn't he, girls?
He did. He had a great night.
And everyone knows, I think, Kylie, to give those guys their space, because for once they can almost be normal, can't they?
They can be, yeah. That's how they were on the night. Like, it was just, you know, a surreal sort of experience, I guess, sort of, you know, because I'm a big Cowboys fan. So to see,
me too.
you know, see, you know, the great JT there in the room, and, you know, and he was just there mingling, you know, catching up with his mates, and yeah, it was really good to see. So yeah. Yeah,
so players of that calibre probably don't get to relax that much, especially during the season.
No, they're all quite often surrounded by people, and you know, everyone wants to have a piece of them, but they're very patient usually, and signing the autographs, and all selfies now. No autographs anymore. It's all selfies now, isn't it? I thought the interviews were very thoughtful, by the way, and the fact I liked it, and I think Reece did a good job with. They talked about when they were in Toowoomba, right? Look, everyone knows about their careers. I thought it was really good. They talked about their time here in Toowoomba and the people they knew and all that sort of stuff. Yeah,
it was good. Well, let's have a look at this interview that Reece did with Wayne Bennett.
Wayne, you didn't come to Toowoomba with a bad report card, but you came here from Warwick to look for opportunities, mate. What dragged you to, or what brought you to the Brothers Club out of all the other clubs you could have had a choice of?
Yeah, well, I was brought up in Warwick, and I was a police cadet at the time in Brisbane, and I went there when I was 16, but I'd go home every weekend and still play for Warwick. And I just turned 18, I was playing first grade, and my uncle was Eddie Brosnan, and he was a police sergeant, and he coached us in Warwick. He played for Australia. He was in the 1948-49 Kangaroo Tour. I'd been to Christian Brothers School in Warwick, didn't go there for long, but I went. I never had a report card, but that was because it didn't stay long. I was gone in grade 8. So I always wanted to play for a club that he played for. I'd read all his scrapbooks, and I was one of the people that had the graduates on the wife. And so I couldn't imagine myself playing anywhere else for a brothers club, and although it was called All Whites, in Warwick I was playing for Collegians, which was most of the boys at the brothers school were playing there, whatever, so it was only logical that I'd come here. But at 18 we played a game here in Toowoomba. The rep side played all the Toowoomba clubs. We played about 20-minute halves we played. We played All Whites in the final. And there's a guy named John Wilson, who's still the best hitter I've ever seen. Played for All Whites that day, and I thought, I'm going to come to Toowoomba, I'm definitely going to come to this club, so he won't be tackling me. I also had a number of offers to go to Brisbane, but I didn't think I was mature enough to play in Brisbane. I'd watched a bit of club football and that down there, and I just thought I wouldn't make it to where I wanted to go in football if I went to Brisbane too early. So I got sworn in, and Jack Lee, who was a pretty famous guy in his time here, had approached me after the game about coming to All Whites, and he said, I can get you here, when you get sworn in I can get you here. And I didn't play in 69 because I had an operation on my shoulder, and I'd also had to go through probationary training at that time, and it was pretty committed stuff, so I didn't want to bug up my career. And got sworn in in July, and about 2 months later, I realised that it's not what you know in life, but who you know, because Jack Lee had got me transferred to Toowoomba in the police force. Mum was
Graft and
happy,
corruption
my auntie
back
was happy. My auntie lived here. I come and lived with her for 3 years, and it was a great time in my life.
Yeah, so a wonderful insight to Wayne, and he was like a kid in a lolly shop being back at his grassroots. It was interesting when he was talking, girls, about he picked All Whites because he wanted to be on the same side as Jimmy Wilson, Kerry.
Yes, he did.
He did, because he is one big tough tackler, isn't he, Kylie?
Well, I don't really know because I've never played football, so I guess he was from what I've heard.
You being the historian, you remember Jimmy?
I don't remember him, but he's got a reputation that follows him all around the place. Apparently he could whack a bit, yeah.
And last but not least, let's have a look at the cutting of the cake, where the brothers ambassador Ashley Mann and President Pat Johnson did the deed. And keep in mind that they'll always be the ambassador and the president in the centenary year. Let's have a look at that vision now.
So, ladies and gentlemen, 28th of June 2019, celebrating 100 years for this fantastic club, All Whites and Brothers. Our lovely ambassador doing a great job, and our president who's doing a fantastic job for the Brothers Club with this magnificent cake. It's been my honour tonight to be part of the 100-year celebration for Brothers. I've thoroughly enjoyed being here.
Yeah, girls, I think Kerry and Kylie, from your point of view, when the cake is cut, that's sort of right how we got there. Because I know, apart from other clubs, you guys sort of just really came together in the last 12 months, whereas a lot of these centenaries take years to grow on here, don't they, Kerry?
They do, yes. We sort of, it was all new committee this year, and we've virtually put it together from scratch this year.
Yep.
So it was a lot of planning. A
Yep.
lot of hard work, but I think it went well at the end.
And Kylie, I think it came on the other side, came out really, really well, and it was a night to remember, wasn't it?
It certainly was, and everybody, said they had a great time, so that's wonderful feedback, and, and they were still talking about it on Saturday, so, yeah, everybody had a great time.
And then what they were talking about on Sunday was a great game, right, at Brothers. I can tell you, and I sincerely say this, we've called 40 games a year. We've been doing it 3 or 4 years now, and the atmosphere at Brothers was probably one of the best that have been there, and it was just legendary stuff, wasn't it, Kerry?
It was very nerve-wracking being the mum of 2 of the players out on the field.
Yep.
But no, it was a great game of football.
And Kylie, you must have just been so pleased, because it was sort of like one of those games that you sit back, right, our entertain me, and that's what happened.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, well, as I said, as far as football goes, it was great, and it was really good when the boys were running out. The hill broke out in song, or when the Saints go marching in, and that, gave you goosebumps. So it was, they were unlucky not to get the win, but, they just got to, pull it all together for this week. And
Yeah, Brian, fairy tales don't always happen, but
No.
when we look back at it, I think the epicness of that game will go down in folklore history.
And you never got the chance of playing that game, win, lose or draw, that
No.
sort of game with that sort of atmosphere. Can I just finish, Obi, just quickly? We got 2 wonderful women here, and maybe we should be paying tribute to the role that some of the mums and the women in our great game play in promoting the game, organising the game behind the scenes. So, and it was really evident on over the weekend with the Brothers Club particularly.
Yeah, it was, and they're worth the salt of the earth, the ladies that help all our clubs, all volunteers, and sometimes they need to be there because they are the engine room, because the fellas just got no idea on what they're doing. Is that right, Kerry?
No.
Yeah, exactly right.
No, they do okay.
You listening, Paddy Johnson?
Yeah, exactly
Paddy
right.
does a great job.
And then they had the old boys, Valleys versus Brothers, and there was a few sore bods the next day, wasn't there, Gary?
There was, yes, there was.
See, so there we go, and it was a weekend to remember, Kylie.
it certainly was. Yeah, it was great.
and brothers are going very, very well this year. You can just feel, and excuse for getting caught up in the actual the tsunami of brothers and the way they're going. The whole club has just got a big buzz about it, hasn't it, Kylie?
It certainly does, yeah. No, the guys are going real well. I guess all the teams are going fantastic. So, yeah, it's a great club to be a part of, and, yeah, fantastic.
And I know we'll talk about it, Obi, but how good Sunday going to be with the two town clubs, South and Brothers, both on a bit of a surge and doing really well, better than honestly most of us expected this year, and I'm really looking forward to Sunday.
Yeah, well, we'll preview it later on in the show, but it's going to be an absolute ripper with these two emerging clubs from the depths of despair, if I can use that, over the last 3 or 4 years. And I get sick of saying, well, just remember 12 or 24 months ago, where would we be at the moment? But they are certainly, both yourselves and South, leaders on how to market a property now, and I think you believe that you have a brand to promote, Kerry, whether it be through all mediums or whether it be entertaining or your functions and so forth. Very, very professional, Kerry.
Yep, thank you. Yep.
You got nothing more to say?
Not really, no.
We've just got
a great group of young men.
Yep.
A grade, reserve grade, and under 18s. They're all young. They're a great group of mates, really, and they've just pulled together this year and are doing a great job on and off the field.
Yeah, I think it starts right with the one percenters that a lot of coaches talk about, Kylie. You know, like all those young men were well dressed on the weekend. They were well mannered, and they treat everyone with respect, whether that be on the field or off the field, Kylie. And it's a credit to you. And look, let's face it, with brothers, you know, you've always thought, well, you've got a wonderful junior base, and it is coming to the fore, especially these last 3 seasons. Don't you agree?
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. So that's a go. So Brian, all kudos goes to it's involved South here, South and brothers, who have done very, very well from where they've come from.
100%. This time last year, we, obviously South weren't doing very well. Brothers, are probably a little bit better, but still struggling. But here we are, both of them with a mathematical chance even of finding the way into the finals. It's a long road for them. But this last year they were written off almost a few matches into the season. So no, it's been a credit to them. And I talked to their coach a bit, John Dixon, and he pays tribute to the boys. He said that a couple of weeks ago it was freezing cold, it was raining, and the boys still turned up to training. There was no shirking of that. So
yeah, they sure did. And fundraisers, raffles, or you've done enough so far? Anything coming up, Kerry?
Yeah, we've got a Ladies' Day on Saturday, the 27th of July.
Who are you playing that day?
We play Sunday, and
Okay.
I think we're playing at Highfields. Highfields. So we've
Okay.
got a weekend off at home. So that's why we're doing the Ladies' Day.
And where's that going to be?
Upstairs at the clubhouse.
Is there any games on that?
No games on that day.
That's unusual, because a lot of the ladies' days have been when the games have been on.
Well, they are, but we just thought us ladies will have the day off. Myself being treasurer, the princess, the ambassador, won't have to walk around fundraising.
Yep.
So we just thought it was a great opportunity to get the boys serving us for the day and having a weekend off.
Well, that's fantastic, because Kylie, I know you've seen that. We've been. I love the Ladies' Day. They give me a bit of a feed and so forth, but they have gone to another level, these Ladies' Days, right? In every club you would have noticed, Kylie. So you're going to outdo the other clubs with this one coming up?
Oh, well, I guess all you can do is try, I guess, hey? So
but you've noticed a difference with the Ladies' Days? They've really gone well this year?
I think so, yeah. Like, I haven't sort of really taken sort of too much notice, I suppose, probably because we've been busy with the 100-year thing, but yeah, anytime I see it come up on, the news feed, I think, oh, wow, they've done a really good job, so yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, Kerry, thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Amy.
And Kylie.
Thank you very much.
I really like it when the ladies come on. It's absolutely fantastic. We should have more of it. So, Obi, give yourself an uppercut. And look, I tell you what, as we go to the break, let's look at that wonderful interview that Nev did with Jonathan Thurston and Robert Walmsley at the game on Saturday night. This is the Toowoomba Rugby League Footy Show.
League out here at Glenholme Park, and I've run into the brethren's favourite sons is Robert Warm-Up Walmsley. Robert, first up, you're from New South Wales, is that correct?
Yeah, mate, yeah, New South Wales. Through and through.
Mate, whereabouts?
Cross Harbour, yeah.
How'd you come up to Queensland?
Oh, just opportunities, mate, and a bit warmer.
Mate, that probably explains why when I go over the border there's a sign up, Robert Walmsley not welcome down here anymore. Can you give me a bit of a reason why that's come about?
Over the years, mate, I've copped a bit of a gun for New South Wales and the state of origin, but we've had a pretty lean trot over the years, but Queensland's a great state, mate.
Mate, you have one of the best rugby league nicknames in the whole of the country, Thursto. You've seen plenty of nicknames around. Warm up would have to be one of the best, wouldn't it?
Of course. He warms up to everyone, I reckon. No, he's been great since I arrived here in Toowoomba as a 16-year-old kid. So, really took me under his wing, and he's been a massive influence on my career and my life.
Jonathan, as you just touched on, a huge influence there. What did it mean to you for him to go and put your name out there to the rugby league community? And, mate, you're forever grateful. What you spoke about him last night, mate, that'll live on in Brothers folklore.
They gave me an opportunity. My footy wasn't going anywhere in Brizzy, and come up here, and that's when I really found like my footy took off. And it was thanks to guys like Warm Up, Paul Canning, Gary Reen, the Seddons, who I lived with when I first moved here. So they've all been a massive part of my life. So it's nice to be back here and run into a few familiar faces that I haven't seen for a long time.
Warm Up, you would have seen countless of great young rugby league players. Can you tell me exactly what you're seeing in Jonathan here?
Mate, he's something pretty different, Like, I seen him play a couple of games, and his defence and what he could do on the footy field, mate, it was just blow you away. But I was lucky enough to see him when he was, like at 17, 18. And, like, some of the things I seen him do, mate, you'd only dream about. And, when you see talent and you've got young kids like that, he just wanted to be something, and the rest is history.
What does it mean to you for Jonathan to come back to Brothers Club and to come and see you and the brethren all together?
Oh, no doubt, mate. Like, Jono's always around. Like, Toowoomba's been a great rugby league city, and, like, to have Jono back here, it's a pretty special occasion, mate, for everybody, Like, we're very proud of him just to sit back and watch him, their days, and, he's an unbelievable kid, mate, and a role model.
Jonathan, I'll give you the last word about your weekend here, your night here. What's about to happen?
It's been good. I really enjoyed last night, the dinner, catching up with a few faces that I haven't seen in a very long time. So, very honoured to be back here, that they got me back, and for the weekend. It's nice that I can stay for the game tonight and then head home tomorrow. So I feel very lucky. I feel very blessed that, Brothers, or it was All Whites when I was playing, played a massive role in my career. So very lucky.
Okay, gentlemen, thanks both for your time. Well done.
Up next, Obi and the panel will review round 12 of the Toowoomba Rugby League. This is the TRL Footy Show, brought to you by Power FM and Hutchison Builders, live from the Toowoomba Sports Club on Power TV Australia.
Is your computer driving you crazy? Is it slow or doing things you didn't expect? Well, having a computer crash or pick up a virus can be a complete nightmare for a business, so having someone local you can trust to get you up and running again is critical. The dedicated team of experts at Computer Troubleshooters Toowoomba West will put your mind at ease from the moment you walk through the door and will get your problem solved in no time with a 100% guarantee on their work. Laptops, tablets, PCs, whatever you have, Roger and the team can fix it for you. So visit them today at 236 Bridge Street, Newtown. Can't get in to see them? No worries. Just call them on 4642 1331 and they'll come to you. Toowoomba Troubleshooters Toowoomba West on the web at www.computertroubleshooters.com.au/Toowoomba West.
If you've lost your income or had a change of earning capacity through no fault of your own and are struggling with debt that you can no longer handle, you probably feel a bit like this ant. If the struggle is getting you down and you feel overwhelmed, there is an answer. Central Liaison has helped thousands of people break free of the debt struggle by handling their debt for them. Freeze all interest, stop the harassing calls from the bank and start enjoying life again. Call them today on 0409 344 070 for a confidential, obligation-free chat about how Central Liaison can help you take your life back. The number again, 0409 344 070. Call them now.
On Power TV Australia, we take a frank look at computers, the internet and social media with a team of experts from around the world with Switched On IT. Learn what makes the internet tick and how to keep your kids safe online. Discover a whole new world of entertainment at www.powertvaustralia.com or download the app from the Google Play Store.
Celebrate 100 years of rugby league in Toowoomba with the TRL's exclusive radio and TV call team. Join Obi, Cookie, Nev, George and Kelvin every Saturday from 5:30 p.m. for the Toowoomba Sports Club Match of the Day, live on powerfmradio.com.au/special events. On Sunday, the team's back with the Power FM Hutchies Match of the Round from 1:30 p.m. on Power FM 88 Toowoomba and online at powerfmradio.com.au/special events. You can now watch the game of the week with all the action, including instant replays of every try at 8 o'clock Sunday night on Power TV Australia. Take the footy with you wherever you go by downloading the Power TV Australia app for both Power FM and Power TV Australia. Welcome back to the TRL Footy Show on Power TV Australia. Here's Obi in the panel.
Yeah, well, welcome back, and it was great to have the brothers, ladies here after their wonderful weekend at Glenholme Park. Well, let's get stuck into it and have a look at the round 12 summary and that centenary game between the foundation clubs, Valleys and Brothers. What an outstanding game that was. Valleys, they led 10-0 early, Gary Lawrence, and it was 15 minutes until the full-time hooter that they scored again. So it was a long period of time. Brothers were in front 20 points to 10 and also 26 points to 16 before Valleys scored the last three converted tries to snatch the game in the last minute. Jerome Burns.
Yeah, look, it was a great game out there. It'd be disappointing for Brothers, but you know, Valleys are have a winning combination. They know how to win even if it is ugly. And having Jerome Burns back from South Logan Magpies, a great addition to the side, and obviously they're looking forward to the weeks ahead now.
Look, I thought it was one of Valleys' best wins in the last few seasons, and the reason is that they had a very disruptive week. They had Dwayne Duncan out, Dexter Buchanan didn't play, they had Corey McGrady at rep, and look, a host of other changes. At one stage there through the game, no one knew where they were playing or what they were supposed to do, and they were just a disarray. And they had certainly Jerome Burns, who came back from Intrust Cup. Very, very difficult, Brian, to get used to a new, especially playmaker when he's playing his first game.
Yeah, Jerome's that sort of bloke. He could take over a game all by himself, and he can win a game by himself. He's a wonderful addition to Valleys. Adding to a side that was already pretty strong in the back line, and they throw in a player of his calibre. I don't know whether they're going to squeeze him in. They might have to play him hooker.
Yeah, never know. Or with Nathan Barry in the background, he's actually rolling around on the ground in agony at the moment, Brian. And Angus, Jerome Burns, you would have played a bit of juniors with against Jerome?
Yeah, never got to play against him, but I've watched him a lot. Very good player. Can just come in and win you the game. Got points in him, so yeah, very tough to defend.
And Gary, don't winning cultured clubs find a way to win, and I think that's what happened, with all due respect to Brothers.
Yeah, look, it is. Brothers worked hard for their points, and they've got a good young side coming through, but they haven't had a winning formula. And Valleys know how to win, regardless of what's in adversity they've got in front of them, and they've got players that can do that. And, you can't just rely on one individual player. They're team effort, and they had to dig deep for that win. Don't worry about that.
That's right. Well, Jerome Burns got the 3 points. He won the Marangadan Pub and Player of the Match. And congratulations to the Marangadan Pub, the most popular pub in the Toowoomba regions. Well done to the Murphy family and all your supporters. We're very proud. We're just so tough because you're one of the sponsors. It's fantastic. Sammy Vitros got 2 points in a really grand display, scored 2 ripper tries, and Alona Budden, one individual try. It was an absolute ripper. We might have a look at this wonderful try. I reckon it's one of the best tries of the season. A try by Jaron Bender from Brothers just before half-time. Made the score 14 points to 10. Wally Pegler did a crossfield kick. He was shaping up to go to the right. The kick went to the left. Jaron Bender was no chance getting this ball, and he scored it with his fingertips in front of the Delhi Fay Hill, to the delight of the Brothers crowd. And of course, let's have a look at this next try, and it was a last-minute effort by Jerome Burns to snatch the victory for the Valleys Roosters champion stuff. You can see it there on your vision.
Half. Is he going to go himself? No, he throws it out the back. He gets it on to Jock Waters. Jock Waters throws a terrible pass out to Button. Button starts to go, but there's 3 defenders there. They're all over the top of him. Here he comes. Denzel Burrows back towards the post. He's going to get there under the post. A wonderful try.
It certainly was. It was Jerome Burns as far as I was concerned.
In reserve grade, it was Valleys 28, Brothers 16. In second division, Newtown just keep going, 46 points to 6 over Valleys. And of course, down to Gatton, and what a game and a half this was. 22 all. And then Gundawindi scored through Jason Saunders. He scored to clinch the try there. 3 tries to Gatton hooker, Tyson White, Carl Clement from Gundawindi got a double, and David McGrady was certainly very, very good, Gary.
Yeah, look, it was a great game, and who would think Gatton at home on a Saturday night would get run down? But Gundawindi showed a lot of true grit to drive all that way, get down there on a Saturday night and take a very strong side on. Gatton, I was surprised to see the result. I did tip Gatton, but how good's Gundawindi going?
Yeah, they certainly are. And Brian, I don't know how long it's been. It's the longest trip in the TRL, but I can't remember the last time Gundawindi actually won at Gatton for a long time. I reckon it's been over 10 years.
I'll take your word for that. I can't remember it either. But I think it's a sign of how well they're going is that that's a game in the last year or so. They would have lost that game.
Mm-hmm.
They would have been the ones be losing by 4 points, but they seem to find something enough to win the game. So they got some people who win games for them down there, and they're probably a little bit more resilient than they have been in other years. So yeah, it's a good result for them, really good result for them.
Yeah, Angus, you were unlucky to lose down at Gatton early in the year because your completion rate was about 90%, but it's always a tough ask to go down there, and you guys were on a Saturday night as well.
Yeah, I think we got Gatton on their first Saturday night game for the year. It was Ash Boney's Memorial night. They did a bit of a do for him, so really tough game. They scored a try in the 80th minute off a scrum to get us, so yeah, tough loss for South.
Gee, there's a lot of last 3-minute match deciding efforts at the moment, Gary Lawrence.
There is, and I guess it comes in time with State of Origin. It's not over until the fat lady sings, and there's 80 minutes of rugby league we've got to play.
Yeah, exactly right. And Adam Tribe, who was very, very good. So our correspondent, Kelvin Hawke, said he got the 3 points. Daniel Jennings was very good. He got 2 points for the Hawks. And Carl Clement was his usual best, one of the most underrated players in the competition at the moment, don't you reckon?
I think so.
Yep.
I'll tell you who's a gun. Just go back to under-18s. He had a brother who played in under-18s. No, he's a gun. He can play. Connor, he can play.
That's right. He played very well on the weekend, didn't he?
He played. He made that representative side at under 18s, and he was just a dynamite kid.
And congratulations to Connor Clement, and again all those reps who represented the Toowoomba jersey on the weekend. In reserve grade, what a wonderful competition the lower grades are. Gatton in a tough game against Gundawindi in reserve grade, 29 points to 18, and in second division it was second against third. They had swapped over just before Mats and Rasmussen, and now they swapped over again. Gatton defeating Gundawindi 30 points to 10. On to Dolby, and hello, I'm still knocking on the door, and one of the better wingers in the competition. 4 tries to Alex Ambier in their Dolby's 46-6 win over Pittsworth. Franciscus again, very tremendous. It was his first game back. Dolby had a 3-week break, and I think it really helped, didn't it, Gary?
Yeah, look, I think it did, and they're a great side, Dolby. They're knocking on the door, of that top 3, top 4 spot there, and I think they'll come home with a wet sail these next 6 or 8 games, and they'll be hard to beat.
And for the Danes, Tom O'Sullivan, Matt Reynolds tried hard. I believe the score did not indicate the game. Pittsworth's completion rate very good, Brian.
Is that right? I've saw the Danes when they play Valleys, and they got a similar sort of score, but even bigger. But I thought they just tried really hard. They're just a bit short on troops, and they go out and give an effort for their club every week. So I admire Pittsworth, even though they're probably not getting the results they would like.
And Angus, yeah, look, I know the scores will get out there, and I know you guys have probably had a bit on the wrong end of the stick over the last seasons, but it's a pretty tough comp, and to go away to Danes, played very well up there, but take nothing away from the diehards, eh?
Yeah, no, Derby, very good team they are. put a bit of score on us earlier in the year. But yeah, Pittsworth, you know, they'd have gone out. Thomas Southern would have been good, kicked well, so yeah, good win for Derby.
Steve Francisco's got the 3 points. Josh Chappell, he's come in, he got the 2 points, and he's taken Mitchell Taylor's place, who's out for the season. We're going out there on, is it this weekend? No, the weekend after for the Derby Valleys game. Looking forward to see how he mixes there, but what my boys tell him, they're losing nothing there. Is that right, Gary?
No, he's a great young player, and I think he played with his father a couple of games ago. Greg Chappell is his father, and Greg plays B grade there and been around for a long time, but yeah, he can play, and he plays a lot of good schoolboy rugby too.
And just on that, I wrote that been a long time since the father-son had played in the Toowoomba Rugby League competition. There's 2 sets at the moment. At Gatton, it's Francis Hahn and Tyler Hahn who have played A grade this season. Congratulations to them. And certainly Greg Chappell and Josh Chappell. And what an amazing feat in our competition, especially at the level it is, Brian.
Josh is a star. Like, he was a star of the President's Cup on Mason Day for Derby. He was the key to them beating that good south side, so very well. Can I just mention about Stevie Franciscus, what a wonderful player he is. But on Saturday he drove all the way to Mergen to present the jerseys to our 18s and our 20s, and then drove all the way back to Derby to play footy. So just a mark of the man, I think. Yeah,
wonderful stuff, Stevie. And you didn't tell me when you rang me up on Saturday. Was your little thing, okay? And Josh Chappell, he got 2 points, as I said. Tommy O'Sullivan got 1. Reserve grade, 28 points to 10, Derby over Pittsworth. And on Sunday, South travelled out to Oakey. South made it 2 away wins, Angus, in a row. It was the first time in a long time when they had defeated Oakey at Trevor Mickleborough Oval. And you had troops down like one thing. You didn't play, mate. Do you think you'll make it back into A grade this week?
Yeah, I will.
You will?
Yeah, Wadey Austin. No,
yeah. Well, you're trying to be funny. Leave the jokes up to Gary.
Funny people, yeah.
Yeah, no, so I think we got 5 or 6 blokes coming back this week. So, you know, going into Brothers, they'll be tough. But yeah, so hopefully put on a good show this week.
And Jazz Namana, is it with 1 Z or 2 Z?
Just the 2.
Just the 2? Okay, so we'll do that for Jazzy, and he played very well. Scored a hat-trick in the player of the match performance. Jordan Lipp, I thought, amazing. He got a double there, Brian, but he wasn't sort of involved. Well, I suppose he's played for Mustangs. Didn't qualify.
He wasn't eligible for the 18s. Obviously he's one of the better under-18 players in town. He'd make a combined side, but no, because he played for the Mustangs, he wasn't eligible. And you know, the privilege of playing for Toowoomba went to those boys who hadn't had the opportunity there. Now, is it true that the coach made a comeback on the weekend? Is it?
Yeah, he put himself in the 17, didn't put himself on the field, which disappointed all the boys. But yeah, no, I don't think he's too keen to play.
Well, at least he looked the part, Gary.
He did, yeah. He was kitted out, and does he get a match payment for that?
He gets enough as coach.
That's pretty hard. The coaches work very hard. Coaches work very hard.
So there you go. It was good to see.
Does Angus need the reserve grade coach phone number after that? Or?
That's right. But look, Oakey very competitive, so I'm told, and they toured away all day with Alwyn Long continuing his very good season. The Webb Price medal points went to Jazz Namana. He got 3, Alwyn Long got 2, and Jacob Whittaker got the 1 in reserve grade. South 22 against a very competitive Oakey 16. Congratulations to the Tigers there. And then on to the Hutchies match of the day. We were down there for the Obi and Cookie Call on Power FM. It was Wattles 42 defeated Warwick 6, and 3 tries to the League Group Electrical Player of the Match, Michael Marshall. He was very good. Braden Wilson, he had an outstanding contest there. I forget his winger he was playing against. Name your winger.
Harry Sullivan.
Harry Sullivan, and Harry Sullivan did get our 2 points, and it was very, very good. Dale Perkins was also very good. It was a stop-start affair. I think just trying to get the advantage in that competition. And as I said, Harry was great. Jared Bradfield was good for Warwick there, Gary.
Yeah, look, he's always a hard worker, Jared Bradfield. Goes unnoticed a lot of the times, but he'll be hitting it up 1 or 2 times each time. I think playing Wattles, if you're going to be competitive, you've got to stop-start. You can't let them roll on because they've got a big machine. in that forward pack, and their backs are very fast, so you've got to stop-start that game.
Yeah, in those particular games, Brian, especially when the top 6 sides are playing, you know, ball completion is always important, and Warwick just didn't complete as well as Wattles on the weekend.
Well, that's what you tell me, Abe. I mean, you were obviously at the game. I listened on the radio coming home from me, and I'm surprised not so much by the result. You know, obviously Wattles, you know, they're a good side, but you know, the size of the score might surprise a lot of people. So maybe that shows, you know, you can't be far off your game against Wattles. You can't be far off your game against Valleys, and you can cop a bit of a touch up. So I think it just shows how good our comp is, really.
Yeah, it's interesting, Angus, you guys got touched up by Wattles, but you beat Warwick. What the? Okay, did that score actually surprise you?
Yeah, it did a bit. You know, the Warwick are a good team defensively, so yeah, I didn't think they'd leak that many points, but you know, Wattles will just go all day, and their 2 halves have points in them, so.
Yeah, great stuff from the big man from the Tigers. Just thought I'd throw that in. I'm leaving the jokes for myself here, Gary Lawrence. I know you're a comedian in your own right. Michael Marshall got the 3 points. Harry Sullivan the 2. Dale Perkins for the he got the 1 point for the Webke Prize medalist. And in reserve grade, it was Wattles 30. Warwick 10, a draw in second division. Stanthorpe 18 all with a Warwick. Let's have a look at this points table, Gary Lawrence. Yeah, what I've learnt this week is that even 4th position isn't sort of secure. We've got Valleys on 19, Wattles on 18, Wattles a game and a half ahead of Dalby on 15, then Warwick 14, Gundawindi 12, South 10, Gatton Brothers 8, Oakey Pittsworth 6 and Highfields 4. Did you make the same analogy there? Because they're all playing each other and something's going to give, eh?
Yeah, you're right there, Abby, and I think Warwick will end up sliding back a bit more yet with the teams that got to play away and so on like that. And it's got the opportunity for Gundawindi, South, Gatton to push hard, but definitely the top 3 will stay the same, and I don't see that changing.
Your thoughts, Brian?
Yeah, I mean, obviously look at the maths of that. You know, Gundawindi's in 5th, but they're only 2 games in front of Brothers and Gatton, and South are there as well. So it's going to, obviously, like any footy comp, it depends on your results. I think the top 3 are going to be the top 3. And with all due respect to the others, I think the premiership team's probably in that top 3. But we've been surprised before. So,
yeah, I think injuries play a huge part when we come to this time of the season, don't you reckon?
Absolutely.
So anything can happen.
Like you talk about Callum Hart being hurt for Valleys, and people, you know, teams lose a few key players, they slightly off their game, they can slip out of it. I did some scenarios today and worked out it was going to be Gundawindi and South were going to come equal for 5th and have a midweek playoff in Gundawindi.
So there you go. What do you reckon about that, Herney?
Oh yeah, mate, I'll take a midweek playoff.
Now, mate, and Tony, I've got to ask, mate, how many times do you get on Toowoomba Rugby League website and just go and just admire the points table apart from your own Facebook site?
Yeah, no, I actually do it a lot, really.
What's your own Facebook site?
No, both. It's a very close ladder at the minute, so, you know, few wins and then, you know, we could end up 4th by the end of the year.
Oh, you've done how many scenarios, mate,
yeah,
on there in 5 weeks?
We got 3 top 4 teams left in our last 5 games, so it'll be tough, but you know, we'll turn up. We'll win.
You'll have a crack. In reserve grade, let's have a look at their ladder, very similar to A grade. Valleys on 18, Dalby Valleys on 19, Dalby on 18, Gatton on 16. Very close this one, Gary Lawrence. Gundawindi on 15, Warwick on 13, Dalby 12, Highfields 11, and then we've got South, Pittsworth, Brothers and Oakey bringing up the rear.
Yeah, look, those top 4 sides are going to result in the final series. I think, you know, Valleys, Wattles, Gatton and Gundawindi, they're going to dominate in this top 4 side here with the reserve grade. The others will be competitive, and depending on, as Herney said, who they've got to play in the last 5-6 games, will determine the outcome of the reserve grade.
Now on to under 18s ladder, and your boys, Herney, they won some really close games in under 18s early in the year, and it's really coming back to be really beneficial for them. They're 5 points ahead of Dalby in second position.
Yeah, it'd be good if they could just start playing some good football. But yeah, they're a good team. I think they've got the team there to win it, and they should win it. So yeah.
Yeah, and it's anyone's take for the next 7 teams. Dalby, Valleys, South Burnett, Highfields, Gatton, Pittsworth and Gundawindi all within 3 points of second position. You would think that Warwick, Waddles, Brothers and Oakey can't make the 5 there.
Yeah, probably. There's a lot of footy to be played in that competition yet. South Burnett were going really well. They've dropped the last 3 games. Pittsburgh started the competition with about 4 good wins, and hardly won much since then. So someone could hit a bit of form, but I think the top 2 sides are probably going to be the top 2 sides.
Yeah, I'm a Gatton fan. Actually, they've got a big forward pack, Gary Lawrence.
Yeah, size does matter, but my concern will be looking at Dalby. Will be how do they go without
Josh Chappell in
that side? Playing first grade now.
Because is he eligible to come back?
Well, he would be eligible because he's under 18 and played so many games, but
he's just eligible. If he's an under 18 kid, he's just eligible.
Yeah, but if he plays all these games and Dalby suffer and drop 3 or 4 games, there could be a bit of scattering there for 5th spot.
Yeah, but irrespective, it was one of the closest under-18 competitions that we've seen for the last few seasons. Into second division, Newtown, who's going to beat them is probably the word. They're on 14, Gatton, Gundawindi, Stanthorpe in the mix. You've got Texas there in top 5, Warwick and Valley's just happy to be there, I suggest. And let's have a look at the Player of the Year table, just the leaders there at the moment. A bit of movement there last week with Jacob Whittaker and Tom O'Sullivan getting points. You can see Ben Sullivan just a slight lead over Mitch Ravel, Jacob Whittaker. You can see Ben Cook, Tom O'Sullivan. You can see Steve Francis has picked up 3 points. And we got the cream rises to the top, doesn't it, Gary?
It does at this time of the year, and especially after Rasmussen, the cream does rise to the top, and we're looking forward and very pumped about these last 6 games.
Yeah, and it's been a good initiative we've had the last couple of seasons, Brian Gilroy, with the Obion Cookie Call a third of the votes.
Of course it is, and you also remember there's other votes going in as well, so, different judges might get different points. So, Benny's sitting on the top there, but where is he really? And that's one of the really good parts of our presentation tonight is the revealing of the other points.
And being a player, Angus should be happy with probably the transparency is the word now of where those points are, and it's really just confirming probably who are the good players in the competition.
Yeah, that's right. Well, everyone obviously knows Benny Sullivan's probably one of the best players in the comp, so yeah, it's good to see your opinion.
Can I say that the team of the week seems to get as much attention as just about the 3-2-1 points. People seem to enjoy getting into that.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone was into me about how did Ethan Hearn make the team of the week a couple of weeks ago? Because he scored the winning try, didn't he, Angus?
Yeah, you got it. First 79 minutes, though. You got to do something there.
Yeah, but how many times did Ethan tell you, mate, that he got Player of the Week and won the game? Or he hasn't stopped?
I was Player of the Week that week.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, 3 points. I got that. So.
Oh, did you?
Got the names mixed up, did you?
I did. Yeah. No, I mean, not the Player of the Week, but the...
Team of the Week.
The Team of the Week we're talking about, mate.
No, he brought it up a bit there.
He gets the Team of the Week and you go, hang on, mate, I got 3 points.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, well, as we go to the break, let's look at an interview with Michael Marshall, who won the League Group Electrical Player of the Match against Warwick. This is the Toowoomba Rugby League Footy Show. Yeah, Andrew O'Brien, Porter, QRL, TRL Media, and we're here with the League Group Electrical Player of the Match. We thought with a week off last week, Michael, you came very fresh today, and all of a sudden, wham bang, it scored a couple of ripper meat pies today.
Oh yeah, never really fresh, mate, at this age.
Yeah, but you really seem to find an extra energy. You're really enjoying playing for Waddles. They've got good players around you.
Oh, it's a great club, mate. I just looking for a change, so got roped into it by Trav.
Yeah, you seem to you're learning much this year, mate. You've got good players around you. You scored a hat-trick today.
Yeah, it's a bit different playing structured footy. I'm not really used to it, but players like Matty and bloody Trav, it makes it a bit easier.
Yeah, but you'll take it today, mate. Not every day you get a hat-trick. How many hat-tricks you scored in your career?
Oh, don't know, a lot.
All right, well, player of the match, mate. Nice to get it, mate. And the front rowers will be up here, mate. How do they give it to the backs, these players of the match?
Oh, I don't think they did anything today.
They put 40 on, mate, but you scored all the tries.
Yeah, we can't do it without the forwards, though. Yeah, they're the ones that get us up there, and make the space out wide, I suppose.
Anyway, you're playing very, very well, Michael. All the best for the rest of the season.
Thanks, mate.
Coming up, Obi and the panel will preview round 13. This is the TRL Footy Show, brought to you by Power FM and Hutchison Builders, live from the Toowoomba Sports Club on Power TV Australia.
Crazy Kevin on the radio.
Jamming as much variety into your day as possible.
powerfmradio.com.au.
Is your computer driving you crazy? Is it slow or doing things you didn't expect? Well, having a computer crash or pick up a virus can be a complete nightmare for a business, so having someone local you can trust to get you up and running again is critical. The dedicated team of experts at Computer Troubleshooters Toowoomba West will put your mind at ease from the moment you walk through the door and will get your problem solved in no time with a 100% guarantee on their work. Laptops, tablets, PCs, whatever you have, Roger and the team can fix it for you. So visit them today at 236 Bridge Street, Newtown. Can't get in to see them? No worries. Just call them on 4642 1331 and they'll come to you. Toowoomba Troubleshooters Toowoomba West on the web at www.computertroubleshooters.com.au/Toowoomba West.
Welcome back to the TRL Footy Show from the Toowoomba Sports Club. Here's Obi and the panel.
Yeah, welcome back to the Toowoomba Rugby League Footy Show, sponsored by Hutchison Builders right here on Power TV. And let's have a look at the preview of round 13. Not many sleeps or not many rounds to go now until the finals, and we are down at Gatton on Saturday. It's the 30th year celebration of the 1989 Premiership. We're looking forward to that. Nutsy, myself and Gary Lawrence will be calling that game for Power TV, Power FM on the Obi and Cookie call, and also to be delayed telecast right here on Power TV at 7 o'clock on Monday. How do you see this one going, Gary Lawrence?
Yeah, look, I think it'll be a great game. Pittsworth are working hard. They're doing the basic things right there. But Gatton will be too strong at home with all the old boys there. and hopefully Cookie on the sideline enjoying himself.
Yeah, that's right. And Kelvin will be there, so I'm a bit got the cupboard bears, given that I've given Nev Cherry the week off. Actually, he told me he was having it off, so I got nothing at the moment. But it's tough. It's tough at the top for those boys. But look, I think I wrote through the week. I think it's time. We've had some really serious games and really concentration on where they've gone wrong, or they could have won and they've done this and that. But I think this game is there to actually entertain. They're great rivalries. They are very similar clubs, and I think it's time to throw the ball around and show us what those clubs can do by enjoying the game. Gatton for me in a really competitive game, because Pittsburgh were very good against Derby last week, Brian.
Yeah, I mean Gatton should be favourites, but Pittsburgh can throw something up every now and then. But I think Gatton at home, they'd be disappointed in some of their performances this year, and it's probably time they stood up and played the football they can.
Angus?
Yeah, mate, I'm Gatton. Dry Saturday night down there, hard to beat.
That's right. Highfields and Waddle, 6 o'clock at Cools Road at Highfields. Look, still, Highfields have been very, very competitive all year. Just haven't got the chocolates. I don't think they've lost a game more than 10 points all season. But Waddle's too hot for me, Gary Lawrence.
Yeah, it'd be too cool for Cool Road, and I think Waddle's far too good.
Brian.
Yeah, well, Waddle's got. If they've got any pretensions to be in the premiers, they need to win that one.
Anyway, if it's going to be an upset, that's going to be probably it in this round, don't you reckon, Brian?
It's possible, yeah.
That's right. You got the biscuits against Highfields, mate. Can they have a crack at Waddles?
Yeah, I don't mind it for a bit of an upset here, Highfields. I just think, Waddles' big win against Warwick, tough game. Highfields are pretty good, don't mind them.
Yeah, I like the battle of the wingers. Like Braden Wilson had a ripper against Aaron Hooper last year. It was one of the games of the year, and this should be probably up there. If Campbell Stewart and some of the wingers, even young Fanning, they have a good crack, but and the forwards just really have a crack at each other. Should be a ripper of the game. Then on to the Hutchies. On to South and Brothers, Angus. You guys and both brothers, you really need to win this one to keep your season alive for the fight.
Yeah, mate. I think this is one of our ones we have to win. So, Saturday night at home, Brett Johnson Memorial Trophy on before South Sale Boys Day. So, really big occasion for the club. So, hopefully we can get a big crowd there and go out and have a good game and get the win.
Garrett?
Yeah, look, I'm tipping South. Brothers have got a good forward pack and they've got a good back line, but South will be too strong. I've been tipping South the last couple of weeks. Only 1-2, I might add, in the last couple of weeks. They tip South every week, but mate, they'll be too strong.
Yeah, I'm going for Brothers. I haven't seen much of South, but Brothers' forward pack really impressed me on the weekend. They'll probably be a bit bruised, but wouldn't surprise me if South win as well.
So does that mean the mock has been put on and now you've tipped them?
Oh, they have. Well, Brothers.
Yeah, Brothers.
Yeah, well, yes, you're right, Gary.
Okay,
They put the mock in. Brian?
It's really hard to say. South probably should win it. They've probably showed better form in their wins than Brothers have in their wins, and they're going pretty well. Good win. They're coming off a good win when Brothers are coming off a bit of a disappointment, but they've seemed to be able to overcome disappointment. What I like is the fact that I think it's Team 6 playing Team 9 or something, and there's so much interest in it. It's two local teams playing each other, and I think Sunday afternoon's the place to be at the Athletic Oval.
Saturday night, yeah. But I think what I like about it, Gary, is that no matter what teams are playing in this Toowoomba Rugby League competition, each side has a chance to win. So, and we're having the discussion. Well, it could be this and could be that.
Look, it is, and it's so close, this competition. As they alluded earlier, you've only got to be off your game 1% and points can be put on you, but there's some great attacking sides. And it doesn't matter where you're sitting in last place or sitting in first place. There's some brilliant players in every side, and this competition is so strong.
Obi and Cookie Call Power FM game on Sunday. Hutchie's match of the round. Warwick versus Dalby. The League Group Electrical Player of the Match will be decided at this game. Warwick versus Dalby. Warwick have been playing very, very well at home. They were pretty well, not so much busted last week, but they had key players out, and we spoke on the weekend. Certainly, Matty Marshall's playing injured at the moment, and showed. And I think, you've got to play fit, and no matter who you've got on the field in this competition, Gary.
Yeah, look, he is playing injured, and he has been for a couple of weeks, but you know, they're going to struggle, Warwick, against Dolby. Dolby are coming home at the right end of the season. They've got good forward pack. They can attack. When Steve Franciscus goes to dummy half, he'll run from dummy half, and someone will run off him. So I'm tipping Dolby to beat Warwick at home.
Yeah, well, Dolby's had a fantastic run, especially the last 6 weeks. They've had comfortable wins. They've had the breaks at the right time with rep, etc. And I'm really looking forward to the hooker battle between Danny Wassell and Ben Sullivan. I reckon Danny Wassell, he's the forgotten hooker in the Toowoomba Rugby League competition, Brian.
Yeah, that's probably true. He's there every week, and he's got the odd try on him. I think Warwick have got to improve. I've only seen Warwick play 3 times this year, and they've lost all of them. So I've actually been banned from going to their games.
Yeah.
But the common denominator in all of those games was their lack of ball control.
Yep.
And if you give Dolby the ball, they get too much in them. You can't give, and same as Waddles, any of those sides. If you give them more than half the footy, they're gonna really hurt you. So.
Yep. Angus?
I'm actually going to tip Warwick here at home Sunday Ave. They've got a few boys coming back from really good carnivals down at Mergen last week. They've bounced back well from all their losses this year, so yeah.
Look, I like both sides going for Dolby because they're just so much more consistent this year, and they're just going along nicely, and we'll see how they go. And on the last game, Gundawindi, Oakey travel out to Gundawindi. Look, we've seen a bit of lack of numbers for Oakey, but I see they were very competitive in reserve grade last week, and they're certainly very competitive against you boys last week. So, yeah, I think they'll turn up to play. Oakey, there's a lot to play for out there, don't you reckon, Angus? So good against you fellas?
Yeah, I haven't watched the game, but yeah, I've heard they were pretty tough there and tried hard and hung in there, but you know, I just think Gundy will be too good on the afternoon and probably put a bit of a score on them.
Now, I suggest, Gary Alliance, it's games against Oakey that Gundawindi stood up last week against Gatton, but you think they've really got to dominate this game and win well to continue their role, because they've got Valleys, Waddles and Dolby. They've got the toughest draw coming into the finals.
Yeah, they've all got to play each other before they play in the finals, and you've only got to beat one of them at the grand final. But look, Gundawindi will be too strong at home. It's a big ask to travel out to Gundawindi. They're just lucky that it's not Saturday night at Gundawindi, because they'd be morals to win on Saturday night. Gundawindi in a tight, hard-fought game.
Anyway, that's the preview of round 13. As we go to the break, let's look at an interview with the Hutchies player of the round, as well as the Maranganan pub, the Toowoomba's best pub here, their Maranganan pub. The player of the match, Jerome Burns. This is the Toowoomba Rugby League Footy Show. Andrew O'Brien, reporter for QRL and TRL Media, and we've seen an amazing game here at Glenholme Park, and we've got the Maranganan pub player of the match. He's only been back 5 minutes, and he's pulled the Roosters out with an amazing 28 points to 26. Jerome Burns. Hey, welcome home.
Yeah, good to be back. Played my juniors here. Love the club, so I'm so glad to be playing next to my brother Denzel, my brother-in-law Dwayne Duncan. So I'm just really happy to be back, and the boys have welcomed me back open arms. Couldn't ask for a better team to be around at the moment.
Yeah, well, you had Dwayne Duncan out, Caleb Hart's off in a ambulance with a fractured leg or something like that as well, and then they were going down like flies as well, and they were in front for most of that, but you just hung in, didn't you, Jerome?
Yeah, we sure did. The main message was keep our focus, get through our sets, and we knew we were going to get over top of them. We knew it was going to be very hard when we lost those boys, and a few boys out, as you mentioned. But yeah, like I said, we just grinded out. We knew we could get the job done, and fortunately we did at the end.
Yeah, you've been to the next level, Jerome, but there's nothing like playing with your mates in front of your hometown.
No, yeah, it's amazing to be back. That's Toowoomba's not an easy comp. That was unreal footy out there. So that's one of the hardest games I played all year, to be honest.
What have you been lying?
Sorry?
You said, to be honest, what have you been lying?
No. No, but honestly, yeah, that was a very intense match out there, and there's a lot of character in this team for the boys to bounce back after, we were down for a long time, like you said. So yeah, it was just unreal to get that win.
So, mate, do you think that Corey McGrady will come back through second division?
No. He'll be straight in there. Now,
you had a wonderful game tonight, Jerome. Congratulations, mate, and go and enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
All right.
There's more of the TRL Footy Show brought to you by Power FM and Hutchison Builders, live from the Toowoomba Sports Club, coming up next on Power TV Australia.
Hutchies lives here. We're locals, just like you. To us, construction is really about people, not just bricks and concrete. It's people who bring our structures to life and build communities. We stick by the people who make communities. From Toowoomba Rugby League to RACQ Lifelight Rescue Service, Milne Bay Military Challenge, and the Toowoomba Tennis International, Hutchies is proud to back the people who support the region.
Oz Hosting is proud to support Switched On IT in bringing practical help to Australian businesses. We're talking to literally hundreds of businesses every day about their IT services, how to make them more efficient, how to make their businesses more efficient, and how to protect their valuable data. If you'd like your IT services securely hosted right here in Australia and expertly managed, talk to Oz Hosting.
Looking for exposure for your business or event? Take your business, community event, training seminar, sports fixture, function, concert or exhibition to the world with Power TV Australia and Power FM's unique live outside simulcasts. We can turn your next local event into a worldwide sensation with stunning live pictures, interviews, graphics and live action replays for a fraction of the usual cost. From a festival or sports fixtures to a corporate or charity event, Power TV Australia and Power FM can take your message live to our local and national viewers and listeners. Invite the world to your party by contacting Barry today on 0431 390 920 or email programming@powertvaustralia.com for a quote.
Thanks again for your company for the TRL Footy Show, live from the Toowoomba Sports Club. Here's Obi.
Yes, welcome back to the Toowoomba Rugby League Footy Show. Just for the wrap-up, nice to have Jerome Burns back from Intrust Cup, Gary Lawrence.
Yes, it was good to see him back and just get back in time for the 30th of June cut-off. So it's good to see those sort of players come back. I guess it's disappointing for someone that couldn't get back in time, some other players the clubs were looking at, but great to see that quality back in this competition.
And just a few announcements. Look, Wayne Bennett, Sam Burgess at the Spotted Cow on Friday. You'll see this recording on Friday morning. So 200 people. I don't think it's sold out, but it's very, very close. It's going to be a ripper day there. I'll be there. Taking my camera along and having a really good time. Thank you so much for Waddles and especially Brothers for their hospitality on the weekend. All the clubs certainly very much look after us media there. And the 30th year anniversary celebration for the 1989 Hawks there. That's going to be a ripper there with Cookie and Kelvin. Got the day off. Gary, I hope they don't give us too much cheek when we're calling.
Yeah, they will be full of cheek, I guess, but it's great to see those players coming back, isn't it? And the club will be appreciating their support that night.
And post-rep side for the TRL chairman gets a bit sort of back into the business at the moment, a bit not as much workload to work with. You'll be getting ready for the presentation on the 30th of August.
It is, isn't it? It's the pointy end of the season. This is the part of the season when you really want to be playing footy. You get the finals in view. Sometimes it's a bit harder. If you look at Valleys and Waddles, they probably can't wait for the finals to start because they're probably ready to go already. Yet we look at the South, they need to get in the grind over the next few weeks and see what they can do. I'm looking forward to the end of the season. Last year we were still waiting for the last round in every grade to decide who was going to make up for the final five. So I'm hoping that happens again. Then the finals come and back at Fly Berghofer Stadium for the finals, and I enjoyed being there for the Madsen Rasmussen. And if I might just tell one thing that's happening there, of course, is in the second semi-final weekend. It's the Saturday is the Rugby Union Grand Final. So what we've decided to do there is to play 6 games on the Sunday. So there'll be 2 18s, 2 reserve grade, and 2 A grade on the Sunday. So that should be a big day. And
you play the second division on the
second
Saturday.
Day. At the moment, it looks like there might be a border clash, between either Texas or Stanthorpe or Gundawini. And
so you wait until the draw comes
out. The draw. We're hoping maybe if there are the 2 border teams playing, it might be an opportunity to take a semi-final to Stanthorpe or Texas or somewhere. So that'll be worked out as we go along. But that Super Sunday should be a great day of footy to see all the good sides running around.
Okay, so watch your space as far as TRL is concerned. And Angus, your club, you've got Ladies' Day the week after next, but the Brett Johnson Memorial Trophy between two great clubs this weekend.
Yeah, really special weekend for the club. You know, you got Cheryl, she's a life member of South, and Pat, life member of Brothers. So, yeah, really special occasion for the club, and everyone wants that trophy. So, yeah.
Brady Johnson, one of the great Tigers, mate. He's a good mate of mine, Brady Johnson, and I'm pleased I still remember him.
Yeah, good mate of mine, Brett. We had a lot to do with Brett, Pat, and Cheryl, and always good that clash. And Angus, for you, you're sort of on uncharted grounds. You've got South playing well. You're captain the Clydesdales. I mean, this would probably have to be the peak of your career.
Yeah, mate. That's most fun I've had in a long time playing A grade. Yeah, probably first year where, you know, I'm not playing a team that's favourite to win it, so new sort of position for me, but it's a lot of fun, and yeah, we'll just keep playing footy.
And Ethan's your brother, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, younger or older?
Older.
Older? Is he getting on your coattails? Does it sort of hurt him a bit, does it?
Oh, no, he's sort of used to just, you know, playing second fiddle, so...
Well, there we go. Well,
what's the song? Must have been hard there in my shadow, is it?
It must have been hard in your shadow. Well, thanks for coming in along, Angus. Thanks very much. Brian, and to you, Gary. We'll see you on the weekend. It's going to this wonderful centenary season continues for the Toowoomba Rugby League. We'll see you next week on Power TV. This is the Hutchison Builders Toowoomba Rugby League Footy Show.
This has been another edition of the TRL Footy Show. Thanks to our sponsors, Power FM, Hutchison Builders and Computer Troubleshooters Toowoomba West. If you would like to advertise on Power TV or Power FM, contact us by phone or email. The details are on the screen. This has been a Power TV Australia production in conjunction with Power FM. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and also remember to download the Power TV Australia app from the Apple and Google Play stores. I'm Robbo. Thanks for your company. We'll see you again next week.